Hey guys, this is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome back to another movie review. In today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on the 2021 movie I watched on demand last night before going to bed, and that's going to be on the 2021 movie directed by Wes Anderson, The French Dispatch. I finally watched it on demand last night, directed by Wes Anderson, like I said. And so, the story of The French Dispatch goes like this. The French Dispatch is a love letter to journalists set in an outpost of an American newspaper in a fictional 20th century French city that brings to life a collection of stories published in the French Dispatch. Yep, like the French Dispatch newspaper stories. And of course, you know, like I said, directed by Wes Anderson and stars an all-star cast of including Bill Murray, Timothy Chalamet, Owen Wilson, Tilda Swinton, Adrian Brody, Frances McDormand, and Willem Dafoe, Edward Norton, Elizabeth Moss, Liev Schreiber, etc. You know, yeah, anyone you can name. So what do I think of it? So when I was watching this movie on demand, but before watching this movie on demand, before officially watching this film, I was kind of interested in checking this movie out ever since I've been hearing pretty good things about it. Since, you know, Wes Anderson is known for making, all these really, really good movies that are based on novels and stuff like that. And I actually do remember watching one of his films like a long time ago, back in 2009 when I was a kid. I actually do remember watching one of Wes Anderson's films a long time ago. Like, besides the French Dispatch, I actually watched Fantastic Mr. Fox. Like, I actually watched Fantastic Mr. Fox like a long time ago. Like one of Wes Anderson's animated films, and I gotta say, Fantastic Mr. Fox, I can definitely say is definitely one of Wes Anderson's best animated films. He also made another animated film that came out in 2018, which I heard about, called Isle of Dogs. I may check that out at some point. But yeah, so that's two. So from what I know, that's two Wes Anderson films that I watched: Fantastic Mr. Fox, and of course The French Dispatch. And I gotta say, Wes Anderson does a really good job directing this film. Like, his direction, like, he does a good job directing this film. I also like the way they shot this film too, like the cinematography and the principal photography, the way they shot this film. It makes it feel like an old fashioned time, like an old fashioned, like, you know, like where this movie takes place. And of course, the performances are like everyone was terrific in this film too. And the music score was actually done by Alexandre Desplat. And I gotta say, his music score is nice and it's really good. And yeah, and the story itself is interesting, and yeah, like an interesting story, like, you know, it's like a series of stories of the French Dispatch. Yeah. Because I remember when this movie first came out, like last year, I remember it came out the same exact day between October 22nd and the 29th, when Last Night in Soho came out. Yeah, so overall, The French Dispatch is a really good movie directed by Wes Anderson, and I'm gonna give The French Dispatch 4.5 out of 5 stars. If you're a fan of Wes Anderson's films, and if you haven't watched The French Dispatch yet, then I say I recommend it for sure. Because from what I heard, since I watched it on demand last night before going to bed, like I heard this movie's gonna be on HBO Max soon. Like, they're gonna release it on HBO Max very soon. So if you have HBO Max, then feel free to check out The French Dispatch when it starts streaming on HBO Max. So there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on The French Dispatch. And that's going to be it for this video, so make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching, and until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying, goodbye everybody, and that's about it.